Hello ladies and gentlemen, Adrian here for digitaldojos.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the basics of Scrivener's interface. So my thanks to the folks over at Literature and Latte for making this video possible. The makers of Scrivener and Scapple, both amazing and all-encompassing tools, whether you need a complete writing studio or a digital canvas to lay out your thoughts, projects, and ideas, Scapple has you covered. Head over to literatureandlatte.com for more information on the apps. Alright, so I've been meaning to make this video for a while. I've made previous videos on Scrivener, but I really want to examine what I got a lot of feedback on from users, and that's just the basics of the interface. How to navigate around for new or first-timers who maybe just are using the free trial or just committed and bought Scrivener. I want to take a look at just the basics of navigating around and how you use Scrivener. So I'm going to go ahead and select a template here, keeping in mind that the greatest thing about Scrivener is that you can use it in any way you want. It doesn't need to be used as a way to write books. It can be used for script writing, it can be used for poetry and lyrics, it can be used for a whole bunch of things. It's not designed to be used one way, it's designed to be used the way you want it. In this case, I'm going to be using a fiction template to go ahead and showcase the interface. Again, keeping in mind that you can go ahead and use a blank template or what have you, depending on your project here. All right, so here we have the Scrivener window open. Now I want to focus first from the left and then we'll go over to the right. The binder view. The binder view is your first button that allows you to open or close your binder depending if you want to see it or not. Your binder is much like a physical binder, encompasses your whole project. Now, if you're making a blank document, what you'll see first up is your drafts and your research and your trash. Your trash is pretty self-explanatory. It houses anything that you choose to delete and then you can preview it there before you fully delete it. Your research is your support for everything that you're writing, whether it's a book, an ebook, a story, short story, long story, again, what have you. Your research allows you to put everything that you need, whether it's like, for example, a book cover, it can be pages that you need to reference, documents you need to reference, research, maybe like an autobiographical information about a character. All of that can go in the research portion. And then your drafts, in this case, my manuscript, that's the actual story in itself. That consists of the chapters, the text, everything of that nature that's going to be exported in the end. So this is your binder view. Keeping in mind, you can add to it using this little plus button right here, but you also have this little collections tab, which allows you to go ahead and search through here. So you can open or close that depending on your preferences. In this case, let's say I want to change this one to chapter 1, this folder right here. And then I want to go ahead and add a chapter 2 folder. So I can add a document just by clicking on the plus button in this case, and I'll call it scene as well. So we'll call it scene. Now I want to make a folder, so I tap and then hold, or click and hold here. Whoops, sorry. Click, hold, and then say new folder. As you can see there, we'll go ahead and delete this one that I made by mistake. And then we can name this new folder chapter 2. Now you'll see right now it's actually made within the chapter 1 folder. So if I want to pull it out, I can just go ahead and put it above that. And now it's its own entire folder here. And again, really easy interface with Scrivener. You can click and drag most things to move them around here. So it's pretty self-explanatory in that sense. On top of that, if you have actual documents that you've written previously that you want to import, you can do that as well through the file menu. So keep that in mind. Easily import documents into Scrivener, and then you can organize it from there. So now that I've made these two folders, I can also go ahead and go into full screen mode if I want to write, let's say, distraction free. It takes away the interface. It makes me focus on my writing here. And then if I move my mouse here, I can go ahead and see certain tools at the bottom if I need to reference those. You have a quick reference to your keywords here if you want to see your keywords window. A quick reference tab will allow you to go ahead and click this depending on what you're focused on. So in this case, you can see I'm focused on scene of chapter 2. This will allow me to quick reference this in a second window. So I can easily work on this in an independent window. So I can say, this is scene 2. And you can see as I do that, it's going ahead and adding that into scene 2. Now, from there, you have your traditional, of course, text tools here, font, sizing, italics, bold, alignment, all of those traditional things, of course, that you can adjust as needed to format your text. Above those, you have 3 buttons that allow you to add to your comments or footnotes. So you can go ahead and add comments or footnotes. That will open your inspector window on the right. You have the ability to toggle a page layout view. If this is what you're used to working with, you can go ahead and enable that. And then your compile or export option. We'll come to that near the end. You have 3 modes of views within Scrivener. You have your document view, which we're looking at now. You have your corkboard view, which allows you to get a overview of everything. So let's go ahead and click on a folder that has multiple items in it, as you can see here. Your corkboard view allows you to get a kind of laid out view of everything. And if you don't want something so visual, you can go with the outliner view, which is more traditional here. Again, just a quick way to reference those subdocuments within folders, etc. You have the ability to search your synopsis cards here, which is available within the inspector window here. So these are great ways to add little summaries to your chapters or what have you to make it easier to reference when you're looking at it in specific views. And then you have a universal search here. So you can search throughout the whole app, or you can filter it down to search only in text, notes, synopsis, keywords, or what have you. Now from there, the last button you have on the top menu bar is your inspector button to show, toggle, hide it easily there. Again, your inspector window has a whole bunch of useful stuff in it: document references, keywords, the ability to go ahead and add custom metadata, snapshots. Snapshots is a really useful thing as well. What this allows you to do is you can take a snapshot of a document, allowing you to edit and rewrite it in the confidence that you can restore earlier versions from a previous time. Again, really, really useful if you just if you're working on something and you don't want to, per se, like if you just want to take a snapshot of how it is in that time and then work around with it and then come back later if you feel like the revisions you made weren't the best. Now, from here, you can really work with Scrivener in all sorts of different ways. You can go in a split screen view, which I really enjoy writing because it allows you to reference two things at once. So for example, I'm looking at scene 2, or let's look at scene 1 right now. So this is scene 1. The story will introduce the main characters and so on. And then so on. There you go. And then from there, I can click on scene 2 here and click on that split view. And then now I'm viewing two things at once here. So I have scene 1 on the bottom, scene 2 at the top. Very useful to break down your text here and organize it or reference it if you're trying to compare two things. Again, depending for the project that you're working on hand. As I say on Scrivener's website, write, structure, revise. That's kind of their motto. And it's a really great one because that's how you can work throughout Scrivener. You can work in a way where you get to write and then organize it later. You can organize it first and then write. It really is entirely up to you. Now, that is just a gist of everything that is on the main interface of Scrivener. These are the buttons at hand. These are the things that you can see and toggle with. Again, keeping in mind, you don't have to use a split screen view. You don't have to use multiple folders. You don't have to use the templates that they provide. You can work in the way that works best for you. This is just more of a basic approach to all the buttons and interface that Scrivener offers. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, when you're finished, you can hit that compile button, and then Scrivener will then allow you to go ahead and adjust your compilation options. This is a whole entire video in itself. So I've talked about this in the past. I'll link out to this. So again, this is just a look at the main interface of Scrivener. I hope this helps out a lot of new users who are looking forward to trying out Scrivener. There's an awesome free trial available for you to go ahead and try it out, and it's full-featured free trial, so do check that out if you want to test the waters with Scrivener. Again, I really want to reinforce this idea that Scrivener is this tool that is not designed to be used just one way. It's designed to be used the way that you want it to. Create your own workflows. Work in whatever way that suits you best. Create your own order from the chaos that is your work. Again, this is Scrivener. I hope you enjoyed. If that helped you out, hit that thumbs up button, share it with friends, comment down below if you want to see more future tutorials on Scrivener, how to do specific things or how certain features works. I'll do my best to get more videos out on that. And as always, subscribe if you're not subscribed for more content. Head over to digitaldojos.com and I will catch you all in the next one.